Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and before I really get into it, I just want to thank you all for 100 subscribers. It may not seem a lot, especially in this, YouTube landscape where everyone's got like a million subscribers or something, but it means a lot to me. I'm like to see this channel grow, and I feel very indebted to you all. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. Really appreciate it. Now, with that aside, I want to talk about Creature Commandos, my first impressions, not just on the series, but also what this could mean for the future DCU under James Gunn. So let's get into it. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good.
You're always so hyperbolically violent. You need therapy.
Hold on, please don't let me. Hold on, please don't let me. Please don't let me. Please don't let me.
You wanted monsters.
Don't let me.
You got monsters.
Don't let me. Hold on, please don't let me be misunderstood.
So Creature Commandos is an animated series that is the first official entry in James Gunn's new DCU, written by James Gunn, actually. It's essentially Suicide Squad, but, instead of supervillains, it's like monsters being forced by the government to partake in Black Ops missions that are just too risky for our own special forces. And this includes characters like Bride of Frankenstein, a robot that is programmed to kill Nazis, etc., etc. This isn't really going to be a traditional review, I think, because only the first two episodes are out, but I just want to give you guys my first quick impressions and maybe even how it relates to DCU at large. Firstly, the thing I really appreciate so far about these first two episodes is that I can tell right now that this isn't some side filler that Warner Brothers and DC just wanted to pump out for the sake of content, for the sake of something having something there. There's clearly thought put into this series on a technical and writing level. The animation, I think, is really stunning. I think it's edgy, cool, great use of colors. I think really complements the tone that this series is going for. I like a lot of the characters too, most of them at least, but for me to stand out easily, and I'm not going to be the only one saying this, is going to be the Bride of Frankenstein character. She's definitely the beating heart of this series, of this Creature Commandos team. I don't want to give it all away, but I think in just two episodes, the series does a really good job of giving us a cool adaptation of the original films, but then also taking those characters and seeing, okay, like, they're immortal. Now what happens if they kept on living for 200 years and now they're in a world where superheroes and supervillains exist? Sounds kind of crazy, but it works. It was really compelling. Every time Bride Frankenstein was on the screen, when we're seeing her flashbacks, when we're seeing her relation to the Frankenstein monster, I was just totally enthralled and compelled. And overall, I do appreciate the mature tone of this series. It's mature, not just like in its humor, obviously. There's definitely mature humor in it. But I think even like the more dramatic material, I think is very mature in the overall visual presentation, which to me gives me hope for the DCU at large, because James Gunn has talked about that he wants every project, every adaptation of a certain character or team to really feel appropriate to the character, right, and not just have it be the same thing. And I didn't really believe him at first. I still have my doubts even right now, but I think Creature Commandos is a good start, right? I think that the presentation of it, with how kind of edgy it is, it's something that I'm like, okay, yeah, the MCU definitely would never have made this, that's for sure. So ideally, like, all these films and TV series are in development in this new DCU, right? Including Batman, including Green Lanterns, or Supergirl, for example, or Swamp Thing. They're not all, hopefully, just gonna feel like James Gunn films, are comedies necessarily, with the same visual palette or presentation in terms of script or visuals. Conversely, however, and this may sound like I'm contradicting myself, it does feel formulaic. I've seen this before. Exactly. It's the same thing as Suicide Squad that came out recently and Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. The character archetypes, the humor, the dialogue even. I'm like, this is from Guardians of the Galaxy. This is from Suicide Squad. Exactly. There was even like one scene in particular, like in the first episode, I believe, when the Creature Commandos are at a castle and like the guards like play a prank on them. And just the reaction of Rick Flag Sr., who's like the leader of the team, and like his compatriots, everything down to the like word for word, the dialogue, the beats, as well as even the performance, right, the tone of the voice. I'm like, this is literally Star-Lord. This is exactly 100% what Star-Lord would say in the Guardians of the Galaxy film. Not just what he would say, but even like how he would say it, how his compatriots would react, like Gamora or Rocket. And it was kind of annoying to watch, like that part. It was like really, like can Gunn just get out of his comfort zone, just do something a little different? Is that too much to ask? Some people might hear me say that. Some of you who are probably watching are gonna think, you know what, you're a dick. Like, Gunn is perfect, and all his films are great. It just works. Who cares? It's fun. Just let it go and enjoy. And to their credit, they're right. It works. I've enjoyed all of the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I enjoyed Suicide Squad, which kind of was a ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy, in the tone, the presentation. In Creature Commandos, while being at times word for word a copy of Guardians of the Galaxy, I still enjoyed it. I was still like, yeah, you're right, it works. But am I an asshole for like asking, hey, even if it does work, and I appreciate it, just make it a little bit more different. Do something a little bit out of the box and just a little bit unexpected. Just throw me a curveball if you can, and that's why I hope that's the case when I finish the series. Right after these first 2 episodes, I hope that by the end of it, I take everything I said back. That might be the case. It might not be the case. And if it's not the case, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I think the presentation is stellar. I think that some of the main characters like Bride of Frankenstein, as well as Frankenstein's monster, amazing. Gives the series a lot of heart, soul, and even some originality. And most importantly, it's fun. And like some people are saying, it works. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. I hope my concerns are proven wrong. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you guys have seen the first 2 episodes of Creature Commandos already. Do you like what you're seeing? Do you agree with my concerns? Maybe not. Regardless, let your voice be known in the comments. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. I'll see you next time.